Hi, Shotzi here. Welcome. Doing a new portrait and trying to somehow mimic Rembrandt's style. And this is of a fairly famous actor who sadly passed away recently named Eric Dane. This is the first installment. You saw that I primed the canvas first, just with a burnt umber, very light. And now I'm going to stay monochromatic for quite a while. Just trying to get the overall structure. It's almost like I'll be sculpting the face. See, very loosely, very roughly. Where's it dark? Where's it light? And thinking about dark shapes, large shapes. Using a fairly large brush, I want to resist the temptation to get into any kind of detail. For example, I'm not painting his eyes or his nose at the moment. I'm simply trying to identify their location, or at least roughly where they are. But I'll be making lots of modifications as I continue, as the painting continues to evolve. I'll notice these are a bit too low, these are a bit too high, a bit too wide, too narrow. So I'm constantly making modifications, but just trying to get the very, very basic structure of the face. And in achieving likeness, it really is the structure of the face or structure of the head that's much more significant than the details, the eyes. We often think about, when we look at someone, we recognize them by their eyes. And that's true. Eyes are very important. However, if their eyes were closed, we would still recognize the person because of the structure of the face, the width, the bone structure, the shape of the jaw, the shape of the nose, et cetera, and how everything relates to each other. So another thing I'm really looking at very closely as I do this is, what is the dynamics of the facial features? How do they connect? How do they line up? I like to get that center line down. I like to use a paper towel if I want to just lighten a couple of spots. Bring a little bit of red in there. It's really more of a burnt sienna. Just trying to, with a little bit of flesh tone, in the loosest way, to see the structure. You can see right now I've almost completely filled in the face, which of course eventually I will want to do. I don't want any canvas showing, but looking for the darkest spot, like under his chin on the right side. The light is coming from the left and above, so the right side of the painting will be darker. It's his left side of the face, but from our perspective, it's the right side of the face. Continuing my fine tuning. You can see I've separated the hair a little bit from the forehead. Now I'm coming down to his jacket, just trying to block it in. Where does it go? And as per usual, I don't stay in any one place. I like to bounce around, move around. That I find is a much better way to help with relationships between things. So the eyes line up with the shoulder. They line up with an ear in a certain way. And I'm constantly looking at those relationships. And here and now, adjusting the values and bringing some light values in his hair, which gets to be more grayish when it's all said and done. But for now, I'm just concerned about the value of light and dark. Decide to put in some background, and like Rembrandt used, I'm choosing a fairly dark background, at least initially. And as I do it really helps me see the head, the shape of the head more clearly, somehow against this dark background. Then I'll leave it and come back to it. It may not stay that color. But just for now, it's helping me see the structure of the head. You can see there I'm sort of measuring, looking down from the center of the forehead. Where does that meet up with the chin, with the nose? Because the head is on a slight tilt. And I always find it more interesting and enjoyable, actually, to paint when things are not straight on, head on. It's fun to try to capture the gesture and the angles to really give a sense of dimension. And you can see that even now at this early stage, There is a little bit of dimension to the head. This actor is not somebody I know well, Eric Dane. So, in fact, it frees me in some ways to use photographs and not rely upon my own internal view, which I don't have in this case. Just filling in a little bit of the suit jacket. And that looks like it's about it. This was the first installment of Eric Dane. There will be more. Please stay tuned. Thank you.